Coming to you from a pandemic police state of Arizona, we've got issues. So today we're skipping our normal story format because if you have the internet to hear this, you cannot avoid seeing all the stories and awful videos and everything that's happening in Arizona right now. We're using our episode today to highlight a letter that Senya has written to Governor Doug Ducey about his curfew he's placed on us because we need to exercise our freedom of speech at this moment.
An open letter to Governor Ducey. We stand against your executive order declaring a state of emergency and 8 p.m. curfew. The exceptions in the order make it clear. You have declared open season on anyone exercising their First Amendment right to assemble and armed police with another tool to inflict lethal force on dissenters' bodies. This heavy-handed response is a stark contrast to your lenient orders responding to the COVID-19 worldwide pandemic, which, as of June 2nd, has claimed the lives of 941 Arizonans and threatens Indigenous, Black, and Latinx lives the most. Over the past few days, Arizona has seen waves of grief and outrage in response to the deaths of Dion Johnson, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, and many others at the hands of law enforcement in Arizona and nationwide. We have reached this boiling point because our collective calls for reform have fallen on deaf ears, and people are fed up. The outrage from the diverse coalition of protesters is a direct response to decades of police escalation and centuries of systemic racism, with Black and brown bodies as the casualties. Your executive orders, together, show your priorities: property over people. We believe that we cannot continue this violent state of being, where both the global pandemic and the police are weaponized against Arizonans of color. Broken property can be replaced, a life cannot. And above all, our state must end the systemic oppression of the growing majority of Arizonans of color. The way to stop the protests is not curfews and escalation. The solution is a real commitment to transparency in policing, restructuring policing away from violence, implementing direct civilian oversight, demilitarization of all law enforcement, and the firing and prosecution of officers for excessive force. We demand you lift the curfew order against protesters and commit to ending police violence against people of color in Arizona. We are collectively committed to moving forward to a safe, just future without fear of retaliation for speaking out, without fear of never coming home, and free from the violence of white supremacy. Black Lives Matter.
Sign on to the letter opposing the curfew and demanding Ducey push for police accountability. The link is fuerte.org/oppose curfew. That's fuerte.org/OPPOSECURFEW.
Get folks out of jail. Donate to the Fund for Phoenix Protesters. A link to the bail fund will be in the show notes.
Defund the Phoenix Police. Tell the Phoenix City Council to move money away from policing and towards health, parks, and community resources.
We've Got Issues is a Fuerte Network production.
Thank you to Progress Now Arizona, Living United for Change in Arizona, Fuente Human Rights Movement, and everyone fighting together for police accountability. A special thanks to Nicole Torres and Bill Shield for their great feedback.
We've Got Issues written by our friends at Progress Now Arizona in collaboration by me and Senya. Sound and video production by Danny Orona and Sun Digital. Theme music and video editing by Dom Medina. Open letter writing by Senya Orona. Special thanks to anyone fighting for Black lives in Arizona.
Black Lives Matter.